Yo, what's going on? What's going on? I'm about to send this link out. We're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. About to send this link out. We're going to go ahead and get started. Now, what am I? Now, I'm not upset, but I'm annoyed at this play right here. I'm going to break this down once y'all jump in this. Give me 1 second. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something. The markets, well, I'm talking to myself right now, except unless Noti Gang's in here. But I'm talking to myself right now, so let me wait till y'all hop in. Man, that play right there is annoying. But we're about to see what the market's talking about. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Man. At least I knew it was going that way. All right, y'all. So we got price dropping. Price is finally about to hit this daily support level that we've been talking about all week. So we're about to see how price reacts to this level. Because again, those that haven't been here or haven't watched any of the live since Monday, we was talking about how this is a level of traffic getting formed here. All right. Before I hop in, let me make sure the audio sounds good on y'all's end. Let me know how the audio sounds with y'all. Let me know how the audio sounds. What's going on, Horse and Carriage? All right, what's going on, Richie? Yeah, started a little late. Was having some technical difficulties, but we're on it now. We on it. So GJ's finally rejecting this level. We're about to see how he reacts to his daily level here. Because again, we was catching buys for a while. Caught a nice buy on, what was it, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. But price was still struggling to make a higher high. So right now we're kind of just in a ranging consolidation, okay? So members already should know this unless y'all just joined. But there's only 3 main chart patterns. There's price when it's bullish, when it's an uptrend, that consists of higher highs, higher lows. And then when price is bearish in a downtrend, that consists of lower lows, lower highs. And what price is in right now, consolidation ranging, okay? And we talk about this all the time. Only difference is this is on the daily time frame instead of like on the 15 or 5-minute time frame. But right here, we can clearly see price struggling to break out of this box here. So now we're waiting for it to do one thing or another. Either break to the downside so we can look for sells and or the reversal on downtrend to commence, or what it did the last few times but struggled to do is continue to respect this as support, and we're going to see if it can break this level up here and go to the upside. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this on. There we go. I was like, I pressed off. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. About to see if we can get into some setups. I was literally staring at GA all night. This is, okay, I have the time synced up to New York time. So we can see right here, this was like around 8 o'clock, 8:30-ish. I was waiting to look for sell setups, but price was stuck on this daily level and rejected. So once it hit my stop loss and rejected, I stopped looking at it because I was like, okay, it's probably going to go retest this level up here. But literally, again, about like 30 minutes before London session started, boom, it started shooting down. So the reason why I was looking for sales, we can talk about why I was looking for sales. Same thing. We was going for a nice buys. Those of you in the free Signal free Telegram, or you hit that first link in the description, join the free Signal free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Well, actually, I got an update because I did drop yesterday how we did August. But anyways, we caught these huge buys here. So you go into the free signal room, you go to Friday the 11th, or you go to Wednesday the 16th, you'll see that we called some buys and we caught this huge higher high. So again, if we're in an uptrend, what comes next? A higher low. So we can see that was kind of happening, but then instead of a higher high coming, price was rejecting these levels. So we got stuck in this level of traffic. But after on Tuesday, when price broke back above this level, remember those that was on the live on Tuesday, Wednesday morning, we was looking for possible buys if it could hold above this level here. But we see that when it hit this daily level here, it rejected just like it did on Tuesday. So after the rejection yesterday, I was like, okay, so it failed to make new highs. So again, price only does one or two things. It goes up or goes down. So if it failed to make new highs, only logical thing to do or assume is to look for sales. Now, again, we're going to 15 and we just go do a little replay and, revisit what just went down. This candlestick here was like the 8 o'clock, 8:15 candlestick going on to 9 o'clock. Then price rejected this level. And this was my idea. This was my stop loss idea. So once I saw price reject and go past my stop loss, I was like, okay, it's probably going to retrace this level. So I left it alone. And then it did eventually come back down here. But again, like about 30 minutes before London session started, it tanked. So I didn't take this setup. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. So we're about to look for some setups right now. Gold dropped yesterday. It broke this level. So we're going to, and so far it's trading as resistance. So we're going to get rid of this. So we might look for some possible sells on gold. But as far as right now, watch and see what GJ is going to do. We're going to pull up the New Zealand pairs. And then we're going to break down how we did last month and all that as well. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? All right, so GJ is doing that. Let's pull up GN. Yeah, GN doing the same thing. So it looks like all the GB pairs are just dropping to the downside. GN, just like with GA, was catching these nice buys last month in August. Failed to make a higher high here after this rejection of this resistance level here. You see it try for 4 days. It failed to break that level. So again, it can only go up or down. So it's failing and struggling to break that level. Boom, dropped here. And then we went for some more buys because again, price is still bullish as of now. But then we see here, well, again, what I just said before, is either bullish, uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows, or it's bearish, downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs, or when it's stuck ranging, consolidating. That's what we see right here. But we see price leaning towards rejecting to the downside. Now we do have this main support level here on the 4-hour that we can clearly see price has been respecting each time it has rejected this level. So we're going to see if price is going to break this level today and then come down to this daily level. So that's what we're going to be looking at right here. So I'm going to get rid of this because it's just a buy idea. Didn't take any trades last night. Was watching the charts. But as you can see, it didn't start doing some moves until the past hour or so. So we're just going to have to wait for price to either retrace or hit our next key levels. But we're going to go through some other charts as well, see what else is going on. Okay, just to the chat. What's going on, Mooncake? Can I look at EU? Yeah, we can look at EU. What's going on, David? So EJ, same thing. Was nice and bullish. Then it failed to make a high. Then it broke the high this day. And then me and the members went for a buy. And then it rejected that level. We took a loss on that trade. But then again, this main support resistance level here on the 4-hour is respecting. But then yesterday and on Tuesday, it failed to break this level. So now it's rejecting. So we're about to see if it's going to break this daily level. If it breaks below this daily level, we can look for some sales. So that's what we're going to be watching to see what price does. Now, we do got some news today. All right. So looking at today, and we are going to be going live both in the YouTube membership and with the members of Advanced Play Signal and the course members. So if I can scroll to the right date, we have unemployment claims today. But today is Thursday, right? Yeah. So we got unemployment claims today at 8:30. That's pretty much it. We got some orange folder. Well, we had some at 3 o'clock, but I haven't really traded any Swiss franc pairs. So not really too concerned about that. And then at 10 o'clock, we do got some orange folder for Canada. And we do got an orange for FOMC at 10. And then we do have a 155, another red for the Canadian news event. And that's pretty much it. And then Friday is looking like a kind of normal Friday. So, yeah, we're going to see how today and tomorrow goes. So you're just talking about, let's look at EU. We can take a look at that. First, we're going to have to see if my levels are even. if it's even on my levels, because I haven't traded this in a while. I was looking at it yesterday because, as y'all know, only took 2 trades yesterday, and the second trade was called late in. Whoops, I'm not even in the right thing. Whoop, whoop. There we go. All right, so let me scroll down. So yeah, yesterday that oil trade was called deep into New York session. Usually I don't take trades around this time, but markets were super slow. Wanted to take a trade, was looking, and then when I was looking at GU, and I saw that not yesterday, but the day before. Well, actually yesterday and the day before yesterday, I missed a nice sell setup on those. So yeah, so looking at EU, we are nice and bearish. We can see a clear downtrend. Now, if you have any issues or don't know exactly how to identify the trend, go ahead and save this video for after the stream and check it out. All right. And also check out my most recent video I dropped yesterday. It's not really, this one's a little bit of a unique one. It's not really one that's going to hit the algorithm right, but it's something that's still important that needs to be talked about. So I'm going to drop both of those in the chat. And Iron's movement. Give me 1 second. Yeah, but it's been a pretty, well, for me, it's still been profitable the past 2 weeks, but it's definitely been a little bit slower momentum compared to like July. But, you know, again, we look on the charts, we see exactly why that is. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just doing it for no reason. There's always a reason why price is doing what it's doing. It's never just dead for no reason. It's never just, you know, spiking or shooting up or rejecting. And it's always, you got to just know why it's doing it. That's all it is to it. But we're about to break down EU right now. So looking at EU, we're nice and bearish, right? So we can clearly see we're bearish. One, if we just look, price is shooting down, but also because we see lower lows and lower highs getting made, right? And this was that nice sell I was talking about on Tuesday. So right now, it's crazy. I haven't traded this, but there's still, these levels are still kind of accurate. Let me see. Yeah, we can still trade off this. So yesterday and on Tuesday would have been a nice sell, especially Tuesday. You could have caught the entire new lower low. So we had a nice retracement and retest off this 4-hour level yesterday. So right now, we're going to wait and see if price can break below this daily level, which we see price struggle to do last 2 times it came this low. And if it can, then we can look for some possible sells. And y'all know the markets were slow, at least for me. There was some moves, granted, but y'all know I go for like the bigger moves. So there were a few moves I did ignore, like gold did drop, the indices did drop a little bit, but I ignored those simply because I wanted to see how I was reacting to those levels. But members will go over that a little bit further in depth when we go live during the news event. But you know it was slow because I haven't traded oil in forever, and I just called a random oil trade out of nowhere because I was like, man, I haven't took any trades. We took that EN trade. That was during Tokyo session. And then so I was leaving the JPY pairs alone, and then I was watching EN for a re-entry, and it took, again, late into New York for the re-entry to happen. So we're going to keep this on one of my tabs because we're going to see if we can break that level. But we do have a level of traffic here, which is also why price rejected and wicked off this level twice on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. But let's see what else is going down. So looking at gold, let's get rid of some of these levels. Let's clean this chart up first before we break down gold. I need to grab here's my charger. So I'm already on it. I already got my charger. I'm on it. I'm on it. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We're just looking at the charts right now. All right, so looking at gold, we can look at some possible sells to this daily level here. We missed a good entry on it. So again, we're either going to have to wait for price to retrace back up, or we're just going to wait for the next entry point. So we can look for some sells here. Like I mentioned on yesterday's live, we was bullish until we broke the level here, but it did do a harsh rejection. I did catch a quick scalp there, but nothing worth posting for a valid trade. But I did go over it in the New York price watch list. So any members that watched those, again, if I post anything in the free channel, but especially the advanced play signal room or the course channel, make sure to read watch it. I'm never just going to make small talk. I'm never just going to post spam. I don't even spam the free Telegram like I should be. Everything I post, there's a reason for it. All right. So make sure to watch it, because I was getting some questions yesterday, and I have no issue with y'all asking questions. I'm just saying the answers to those questions were in those videos. You know what I'm saying? And then also when I posted that I re-entered EN, a couple of y'all was confused about it, and I also went over that video. All right, so make sure to watch those videos, because in those videos I break down literally the specific prices I'm looking for, I'm looking at, and all that good stuff. And then also what I'm looking for, buys or sells, and all that good stuff. So make sure to just watch those videos. Don't ignore those videos and just wait for signals. All right, especially when it like markets are slow like this. Because again, I'm only going to post trades that I personally enter that are also, high probability setups. But I'm also not going to just ignore the charts. I'm also going to acknowledge what I can see price doing. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't go for that setup doesn't mean, you can't catch some tips there. So make sure to watch those videos. Yeah, so I'm just writing this trade idea because I like to post my trade ideas and have them on the charts. That way when I flip through these pairs, I know what I was looking at and looking for. So yeah, I'm not going to enter this right here because not that ideal entry. I want to enter around 1919, 1918. And as you can see, it's at 1918 right now. But again, looking at the charts, I'd rather enter up here. So we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. We could possibly get an entry. Even if we enter down here, it would still be a 1 to 2. But again, you got to stick to your rules. You don't break your rules here, because you break your rules one time, you're going to break your rules 2 times. Then you're going to break your rules 3 times. So let's see what GU is doing actually as well. Let's see what GU is doing as well. Yeah, okay. It just broke this level. So the way these charts are looking, I might have to add the USD pairs back into my arsenal, because the OGs that was here, I want to say maybe either December or January when I cut down the pairs I started looking at. But those that was here last year, you already know, like we used to trade all types of stuff. But I mainly was doing that just to show y'all, like, there's opportunities everywhere. But then after I did that for like a year, 9 months, something like that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to stick to pairs that I personally are my favorites. So we can look for some possible sells here as well. And again, why did I switch from EU to GU? It's because there's a thing called correlating pairs. We talk about it every now and then on the lives. I go more in depth with it on the course, and of course with the members during the live streams. I got to add some levels. I'll do that later. But I do it all the time with the indices. So those that be watching lives, I do it all the time with the indices. Like sometimes you'll ask me about US30, and I'll be like, oh, I'd rather trade NAS or SPX, and I'll explain why. Because there are pairs that move the same, and there's also pairs that move opposite. But just because there's a couple pairs that move the same doesn't mean you jump into all those correlating pairs. But you can also use the knowledge. Like we saw EU was bearish. I was like, okay, EU is bearish, but it's not really at a good price level, right? So let's pull up EU and GU just so we can do a comparison. So we're going to pull up GU, and we're going to pull up EU on this one. It'd help if I could type it, right? All right, so we're going to flip back and forth. So look at the daily time frame on EU. All right, and if I go a little too fast, we're on YouTube, so you can pause, double tap backwards, all that good stuff. So look at the flow and the trend on EU. Pretty clean looking, right? Let me get rid of these arrows. Pretty clean looking. Let's go to naked chart, actually. All right, that's a little better. That's not a naked chart either. Oh, wow. Let's see if this is a naked chart. Better than the other two. All right. Now let's go to naked chart on GU. All right, bam. Oh, that's not a naked chart either. I was just looking at the levels I had marked off. I haven't traded this in a while. All right, found a naked chart. Cool. So let's look at the trend here. All right, we can see a pretty. This is actually a perfect example of like what a nice downtrend looks like. So it's very unfortunate I missed this entire low here, but hey, if you ain't looking at the pair, you ain't looking at the pair. So we see EU and we see GU. We see the similarities. Now let's look at the differences. The main differences are the price, obviously, and then sometimes they might have different levels of traffic, right? So right here, we can see some similarities with the level of traffic we're hitting, but we can also see some differences. You get what I'm saying? And the same thing with a lot of other pairs like the JPY pairs, NAS100, SPX. So basically, when one pair is kind of struggling, especially on sometimes the smaller time frames, the bigger time frames, you can switch to a correlating pair to see if one's a lot cleaner looking. Because again, when it was on EU, we saw EU was kind of struggling to break that level, but then we saw GU was moving and flowing a lot smoother. All right, so since we're on the indices, let's go ahead and break them down. So US30 is dropping harshly. SPX is also. So again, we're going to be looking for possible sells, especially since it's been rejecting this level. So since price dropped right here, we're going to wait to see how it reacts here. Because again, this is as far as price went yesterday. I was watching price, looking to see if it was going to respect this daily level as a support, which we're going to see price do time and time again, respect as a support resistance level, but it failed to do so. Again, we're going to go on a smaller time frame. We're going to get rid of this because we're not in that trade. And we can see here how price hit this level, shot back up, hugged this level, and then it's rejected again. And we're going on a daily time frame. That was that wick. Okay, so that whole move was that wick on the daily candlestick, and then it closed right back on this daily time frame. So since price is rejecting this level again, we want to see one or two things. We're going to see price either, shoot back up again like it did yesterday, where we can look for a possible sell if price continues to hold this level as resistance, or price is going to break below this level, or we can look for a sell, and we're going to go down to the daily level. All right, we was going for buys, and I was looking for buys yesterday, but price, again, following the flow of price and the rules of the trends, and that video I dropped in the chat, it broke those levels. So now we're going to be looking for some sell setups. But again, we're going to be waiting to see how it reacts to this level here. Same thing with NAS. So let's pull up the JPY pairs and see what's going on there. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We're just looking at the charts and breaking things down, kind of explaining what's been going on. Because again, I can explain only so much in text or so much during the day, but when we're on the lives, I got the computer up, I'm breaking down, y'all see my levels and all that stuff. It can make things make a lot more sense. You know what I'm saying? So we got GJ coming right back to this level. Same thing. We're going to wait to see if it's going to do what it did the last two times price hit this level, which was rejects back up, or we're going to see if price can break below. If price can break below and hold this level as a resistance like it did here, we can see a reversal and the downtrend, and ultimately, most importantly, we can look for some sells, especially some long-term sells to scale into. And again, we're going to bold this up again just so you can see clearly. And then we're going to bolden this one up too. And then we're going to bar replay just so y'all can see how price reacted to these levels here. All right. So you saw how price exploded through these levels. It didn't go this smooth. We're on a daily time. We're going to a smaller time frame. We'll see how price really reacted to these levels. But you see how price hit this daily level here, this blue one, rejected it, treated as resistance, and then this golden level, which was being treated as resistance, is now being treated as support. So we had an attempt of the higher high here. Now, again, if you watch that video on how to identify a trend and trend reversals, you'll know that price will need to continue to climb up and make a lower high, a higher low into a higher high. But we're about to see that price did not do that. We're about to see what price did instead. It rejected that level. So since it rejected that level, that's why we went for sells, meaning the members this day. All right, members, we're going to advance play signal. We go to the 24th. You'll see that sell we took. during Tokyo session. So again, and we go to that live stream on the 24th, 25th, you would hear me talk about who's going to be looking for some more sell positions. But this main support level here, you can see price rejected. It was still respected as a support. So now let's see what happened after that. Boom. So we see it rejected it shortly. Then it reattempted to try to break this daily level. But then you literally see how it perfectly tapped this level and rejected to the downside. And we see again price respecting this level as support, which is why we went for buys on whatever day it was, Tuesday, I think, which is why we went for buys on Tuesday, which is also why price struggled to even go our direction on Tuesday, because we're stuck in this level of traffic and there's not enough volume due to the bank holidays on Monday. And then due to there was no news until yesterday, so there's really no extra volume. Because you look at most weeks, there's usually at least a couple red folders every day to kind of help push volume and stuff like that. So there wasn't a lot of that. So we have this level of traffic we're stuck in on top of all that. And yeah, that's basically what's been going on this week. That was a quick little replay of what's been going down this week. Now let me delete this because it's going to bother me having these on my screen. Y'all want me to look at any charts? Feel free to drop suggestions in the comments. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments. I'm about to check them right now. I'm about to just cancel this bar replay so we can see where price is currently at. Once it wants to get its act together. All right, bam. Bam, bam, bam. You have a lot of pairs ranging. That's also why members EN did what it did yesterday as well, where we have a bunch of levels of traffic on a lot of the daily time frames on a lot of the pairs we're trading right now. So that's why there hasn't been a lot of big moves like it was a couple weeks ago. Dang, Charlotte one's still watching. It's crazy when I be breaking down the charts, people leave. I'm like, how y'all supposed to trade if y'all don't know how to the charts? Unless y'all know this stuff already. But it's like every time I break down the charts, people leave. Not that I care. I'm just noticing it. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the ones still watching. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna learn something. You're gonna kind of understand why price is doing what it's doing. Because like I was saying, price is never just randomly doing stuff. There's always a reason, an explanation why price is doing what it's doing. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered anything yet. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. The one for the month is not accurate. That's the one from how we did July. I just posted in the channel how we did last month in August. I'm going to fix that tomorrow if I remember for the next stream. Oh, no, I know that's still here. All right, so we're going to go back into free Telegram. We're going to free Telegram. You hit that first link. This first thing you're going to see is the link to the live, of course. Then you're going to see how we did yesterday. So yesterday we took a total of 2 trades. Me and the members during Tokyo session took a EN buy. TP3 got hit, got 29 pips. I did re-enter that during New York session, but that was a personal entry. I'm not going to count that. And then we took a US oil trade during New York. Called this in the free Telegram. All TPs got hit, caught 115 pips. End of the day, total 144 pips caught, 2-0 for the day, 4-1 for the week. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the day. We see this oil trade. You're going to see the personal entry, SL. Time the trade was posted, 11:46. Again, I usually don't take trades at that time. You see the reactions. That's how many people viewed or entered the trade. And, of course, most importantly, you see the TPs getting hit. There was a nice little setup. And then this is how we did last month. Last month, we went 45-7 with the 87% win rate. Over here trying to fuse words together. So we only took 7 losses last month, 45 wins, caught a total of 219,708 pips, 211,933. Those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. And you click right here, it's going to take you to August 1st, the beginning of the month, where we started off the month in the day 2-0 5.0 for the week, but this was a mix between July and August. And again, you're going to be able to explore and check everything out. Every trade posted as my personal entry, SL, TPs. You're going to see screenshots of positions, meaning the members we're in. This is, again, we was just talking about the GA buys. We caught all those buys. We also caught those GN. We also caught the GA buys as well. We caught the GJ buys in here. So you go to the beginning of August and you see where we had those huge higher highs on GN, GA, GJ. We called those trades and took all of those. We also caught the entire downtrend of gold, NAS, SPX, all that good stuff. And then we also caught the reversal up, which is why I was looking for buys yesterday until price did that drop, because we also caught this huge reversal back up as well. But again, we hit this level of traffic, the strong resistance level on the daily, and then price rejected. So now we're going to be looking for some sells, but we want to look for some retracements first, because again, when you want to look for sells, you want to enter off resistance levels. So you want to wait for price to retrace up into, not really always, but theoretically a higher low. That way you can enter and ride the lower low down. Just like in a buy, you want to enter off the lower high, my bad. In a buy, you want to enter off the higher low. That way you can ride the higher high all the way up. And that's exactly what we did here. You can clearly see here, we were catching these buys. And then when price failed to make the higher high here, we caught this low, we caught the sell here. And then again, we caught this whole next lower low. And then we caught this next lower low. And we did the same thing on the SPX. And then we go on GJ. We did the same thing, but the opposite. Also, speaking of GJ, look again how it's respecting this level as support. We see it hit this level. You already see it literally how it tapped it, and it's already putting the script on us. So we got a couple minutes to the next 15. We're going to see what that 15 looks like. But again, we zoom out. You can see we caught all these buys. Boom, boom, boom. And then price hit this resistance level. Again, you watch that video on how to identify the trend. We caught these buys. You can clearly see these buys. Then when price failed to make a higher high, again, we went for a buy that week, or I had that buy idea, didn't go our way, rejected. So what do? We saw price fail to make a higher high. So again, price either goes up or down. If it's struggling or failing to go up, what is it going to do? It's going to go down. And that's when we went for these sells. Then we see price attempted, got stuck in level traffic. This was a weird news week. The price shot back up. And then that's when we went for the buys again. As you can clearly see, we caught this entire higher high up. And then here we are now on top of this level, but struggling to make a new higher high. Which again makes sense because again, price shot up for like 9 days in a row. You get what I'm saying? So with EN, I was just watching this again. I'm picking with my setups. The reason I'm picking for my setups because, like we just went over, I'm trying to catch the higher high or the lower low. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to catch a lower high or a higher low. I'm trying to catch the higher highs or the lower lows. So in order to do that, sometimes you're just going to have to patiently wait. Or sometimes you can, again, I don't like to really counter trade, but again, if I do see a setup, I will take it sometimes. There are a few times like that GJ sell that we took a couple weeks ago. That was one of those times. So we're going to take it out with GJ. Let's look and see what oil's up to. Because I did get whipped out last night because I think like a lot of pairs reversed back on us. And members, we're going to go over why we even went for buys. But again, we can clearly see why we went for buys. Price was bullish. So again, even if you randomly enter a buy, which I don't suggest, I suggest you enter off key price lows. So even if you randomly enter a buy, if we're bullish, you still have a higher likelihood of price going your way versus if you entered a sell while we're bullish. Same thing if we're in a downtrend, bearish. You have a higher likelihood of it going your way if you enter a sell. But price is kind of just chilling in no man's land. I did get wicked out though, because again, I don't want to just give all my money back to the markets. If I was all the way up here, I'm not going to hold always for price to come near back to my entry. You know what I'm saying? So I got wicked out. But it could possibly try to shoot back up because it is kind of just chilling at this level. So again, when there's a lack of volume, price is going to do one or two things. It's going to have to come back to one of these key levels. Just like here, there was no volume. Price was just chilling, and then look, there's a random huge candlestick. Probably not random. This is probably a news candlestick. But again, price was chilling. Boom, boom, shot up to this level above. Then did a retest, and then again just chilled here for a little bit because there was no volume. So since there was no volume, price again, it's not just random. It's not just choppy. You see how it's literally playing and dancing on this level. Treat that support, drop down, treat that resistance. Boom, when it shot back up off this retest and treat that support. That's when we went for the buys, and then boom, we caught some pips. No, I don't want to leave this page. But yeah, we're just watching the charts right now. We're going to see what happens. We do got news today. Going to be going live with the members for the news event today. We got news at 8:30, and then we have a 155 Canadian news event. Retrace a little bit. Let's see who's going to retrace for us. At least the 2480. Who does that? We can go for sell. But also, I kind of want to see price retrace back up to this daily level, because this will be 3 days of a drop in. And again, retracements are your friend. They're just not your friend if you're entering on a retracement and it's going against you. But I love retracements. I just patiently wait for it and then just ride the wave down, right? So we see this retracement here. Then you could have rode the wave down for 2 days. Then you saw this retracement here. Then you could have rode the wave down for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So ideally, I wouldn't be upset if the news caused price to retrace back up to this resistance level so we can catch sales there. I wouldn't be against that. But again, sticking to my rules, if price continues to hold as low as resistance, I'm not against going for a sell there either. But as of right now, I really like for setups. Again, this is just chilling on the daily level. Nothing we can do about that. It's been chilling here since we've been live. Nothing we can do about that. Retrace back down. And then we go on the daily time frame, same thing. We're kind of choppy. I'm leaning towards sells, but I'm not going to enter a sell while price is trading as low as support, which we can clearly see price did here. And then a couple times this day, I'm going to wait for price to treat as resistance like it did here so we can go for sells. Also, the reason why I'm leaning towards sells on this is because, again, we look at this resistance level up here, this golden line. We see each time price has touched it, it hasn't broken or stayed above it. It's rejected multiple times, especially this week as well, especially when we had this green day. So because of that, I'm just going to wait to see if price can break below this level where I can look for sells and then a reversal. But the news today can also give price to push to break this. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But again, I'm not going to enter sells unless price breaks below this level, and I'm not going to enter buys unless price breaks above this level. Let's see what else is going down. Yeah, EJ chilling here. I had this buy idea. I obviously didn't take it because I didn't just randomly enter here. I had this buy idea. I'm just going to move it over. The price lets me. There we go. We see price has been still respecting as low as support. We can clearly see that price wicking this level, especially the last 15. We can look for possible buys here. But again, it's just a little bit riskier because we're on a bigger time frame. We see prices in a box. So maybe we can catch a few pips. But again, I'm not trying to catch just a few pips. I'm trying to catch, a nice move, at least a nice 1 to 2 or something like that. And I guess, not really. Yeah, I want to catch at least a 1 to 2. Trades you enter, you want to at least have them be like a 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum. But yeah, that's basically what we're looking at. So we just got price ranging on a few pairs, other pairs. They did a quick little move, and now they're kind of just ranging as well. Like we look at SPX 15, just ranging, did a little small staggery staircase, and now just kind of stuck here ranging. Let me see. Let me catch up to these comments. All right, cool, cool, cool. What's going on, David? I don't know if I said anything to you. What's going on, David? Yeah, so then looking at tomorrow, we have a regular looking Friday. We got the usual New York session news. We got 8:30 Canadian news. Then 9:30 doesn't really matter because market's going to be closed for the weekend. So let's see what next week's looking like. All right, next week looks like business as usual. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow. Again, I don't like to use the word. I'm just using it. I'm not really hoping, but we're gonna see how tomorrow and today goes. But hopefully after this week, next week we'll be out of these levels of traffic and ranging on the daily time frames, so we can start catching some lows or highs. Lower lows or higher highs. That's what I want to see happen. Because again, there wasn't any news this week. There was just a couple compared to a regular week where we just saw there's a lot of news every day almost. And then on top of that, we had the bank holidays on Monday, so we already started out the week super slow. And then before that, we had this huge push up on a lot of the pairs. So again, everything makes sense why price is doing it, because again, these are real values, real currencies. Price just can't. It shot up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and on other pairs it shot up for like 9 days on some. It can't just keep shooting up for a month straight. You know what I'm saying? It can't just keep shooting up. It's going to have to retrace a little, or it's going to have to chill and range in place. You know what I'm saying? That's why also price does this a lot of times. But again, once we understand, I'm kind of getting into what we're going to be talking about on the live with the members, but it's all good. We got a few minutes. But once you understand how price truly works, and then you understand how to read the charts, everything makes so much more sense. And on top of that, all this emotion stuff people be talking about, you won't really be stressing. Because again, if you know how much you're risking per trade, you know where price is going, you know what's going on in the charts at all times, because you know how to read the candlesticks. You got good risk reward setups. Like, there's nothing to be scared about when entering a trade, and there's nothing to be stressing about, because you have everything planned. You see everything that's possibly coming, right? TPs, SLs, the worst case, best case scenario, and then you got these key price levels. So even if you're wrong, you know where price is going to go if it's not going the way you thought it was going. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of which, let me find that video so I can drop that in the chat. Here it is. This video is called "Never Be Emotional While Trading by Doing Whatever." I forgot what the rest of the title says, but I'm going to paste it right now. You'll see the rest of the title. While doing these 5 things. All right. Normally I work at this time, but I have Thursday and Friday London. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, we're going to be live today and tomorrow, New York session too, but you already know, if you're a member, it's going to be recorded in the Telegram. So even if you miss it, you can watch it over the weekend. Speaking of which, new members that joined, make sure to read all 3 pinned messages. It's not just one pinned message. Make sure to read all 3. I can't pull them up right now because I'm only on my laptop. I don't got my other monitor with me right now. I'm out and about. But make sure to explore the channel. All right. So yeah, price, I might look at a possible buy here, but again, I'm not really trying to force anything because price, there's not a lot of volume. So when there's a lack of volume, again, price is not going to break these levels. It's going to retrace back to its comfort zone, which is going to be right here, which we see price doing right here. So yeah, but that's also going to work out in our favor because again, we missed that entry. So when price retraces, we can catch that entry. I'm trying to thin this out. There we go. Yeah, that GA sell would have been nice. But again, I'm going to start doing what I said. I've been saying it, but I'm going to start doing it. Because I have rules, but I've been watching the charts for the past couple of months, especially this quarter. And I keep on having deja vu moments too, because every time I go on the live, I feel like I say it almost every live. Like, man, 30 minutes before the live started, hour before the live. So I'm like, I might just start the live a little earlier or wake up and get on the chart slightly earlier, because they do be doing those last minute moves right before London, because that would have been a nice sell to catch on GA. I had the trade idea there and everything, but when I was looking to take the setup, it had hit the stop loss and it rejected and didn't meet my confirmations, so I left it alone. And then all the other pairs were ranging and stuff, so I just stopped looking at it. But again, it hit this level, so we're either going to wait to see if price is going to break this level, or we're going to see if price is going to retrace back, where we can look for another sell on it. So that's what we're going to be doing right there. Yeah, so when we're looking at AED sells, JPY pairs, we're still watching to see what they're going to do. Again, if it breaks below this daily level, we can look for sells, and possibly the downtrend is going to start. But if it continues to respect this level and breaks this resistance level, which we see is struggled to do so, and the last time it broke this level, off the retest, we went for a buy. We took an L there, and it hasn't broken, stayed above it since. So if it can hold that level and break through that level, then we could see the bullish momentum uptrend continue possibly. So we're waiting again for price to break out of this box. Again, what's the three forms? It's the downtrend, which we see here, the uptrend, and when it's not going up or down, what's it doing is ranging. And that's what we see right here. We see price stuck in the box right here. So until it breaks out of that box, it's just going to keep on doing what it's been doing since Monday. Literally, it's just been playing around this level all week. Now, you could have caught some scalps here and there and stuff like that, but again, I'm trying to catch some higher highs or lower lows. I'll take what I get from the markets, but at the same time, I still want the higher highs or lower lows. So we're gonna see what this do here. We're gonna see what it do here. So we're gonna watch these pairs right here. Yeah, earlier would be good. Yeah. But at the same time, again, the way I look at it, like, yeah, I would like to catch setups, but at the same time, it's like, I just go on the charts and, I don't really, it might sound weird, but how do I explain it? I literally just go on the charts and, I just take what I see, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the beauty of trading. Like, the amount of money you make is up to you, whether you over trade, kill your account, over leverage, kill your account, counter trend trade, and not have as big as wins, or, the more time you're on the charts, the more opportunity you'll catch. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're gonna miss trades every now and then. That's just part of the game. Like, I guarantee, I know I missed some setups yesterday. Now, there was also some setups that I was looking for that didn't play out, so I didn't take them. But, when you're asleep, you're missing setups. When you're in trades, you're missing other setups because you're in setups. When you're done for the day, you're missing setups. So, that's how I look at it. But that GA move, this one right here, it was because the reason why I was saying all that at the beginning of the live was because, again, I was waiting. I was literally waiting since yesterday. I was waiting. I was looking for sales. I went over the New York price watch list. I was looking for sales. Price kept on just playing around here. Then it shot up. I was like, okay, it's probably going to retrace back. Because, again, when price is ranging, what's it going to do? It's going to reject and break out either above or below. But it did a little fake out. Probably got some buyers in, and then that thing tanked and probably ruined some buyers' days. But, yeah, it is what it is, though. That was the only really other setup. SPX plays kind of, but I still want to wait to see if price can break the level that it failed to break last time. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at watching EJ, seeing what EJ does here. And then we're going to be watching GA and EA. That's pretty much it. And then for New York, we're going to be watching the indices and stuff as well. But I'm going to go deeper into that with the members. And then again, of course, I didn't take any trades at all today. So the first trade is going to be the members only trade. But if I see a second or third setup, one of those will be posted in the free channel. Just like yesterday, the second setup was posted in the free channel. First setup was not only in Tokyo session, which is exclusively for the members, but it was the first setup of the day. And we see price rejecting this level again. But we also see on GA we see it's trying to break down below. So we're going to see if we can do so. Yeah, we see GA still moving a lot smoother than EA. But yeah, y'all, going to be live during New York session with the members and the course channel. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to check out the most recent video I dropped like a day or two ago. We're going to be back at the same time, London session, 3 p.m. EST tomorrow. And y'all want to contact me directly, don't forget to hit that follow on Instagram. And then you can DM me on Instagram as well. See on the bottom of your screen at playmaker_way. TikTok is Playmaker Way. Follow me on there as well. We're like 20 away from 1,000. They just took my link off, but I still want to hit that to see if we can still go live on there once we hit 1K followers on there. So help your boy out. And yeah, we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session, 3 p.m. EST. Make sure to save this one because we did go over a lot of good, important stuff. So next time, we're in the choppy conditions, market conditions, you can come back to this live and go over what we talked about and then compare it to the charts in the present time and, see some comparisons. But yeah, we're going to be waiting to see, again, if price can break this level or we're going to reject. And then we see EJ still hugging this level. So we're going to see if he's going to break that level. Again, I just have this buy set up here as an idea, but if it breaks this level, we're going to be looking for sales. And if it breaks this level here, we can ultimately see the uptrend continue. And that's pretty much it, y'all.